Only thing I'm worried about him for is Joe don't stop fights. So if he's getting clipped, cut, he ain't gonna stop the fight. I'm just telling you, he ain't gonna stop that fight. I know you don't want it, but he ain't coming to save you, I tell you that. Like, Joe is one of those guys. So, because I predict it's gonna be a bloody fight. I'm being dead serious. I think it's gonna be a lot of cuts. I'm just saying, mark my words. And I think he's gonna need to stop it, but he won't. But hey, you're a warrior, you're Aztec warrior, so I'm right? So, ooh, it's gonna be good. Oh, cannot wait.
The second they sat down Liv, the atmosphere changed instantly. You could sense the tension before a single punch was mentioned. Ryan wasn't speaking like someone casually promoting a fight. It sounded like a fighter protecting his name, his status, and everything people have questioned about him. The tone wasn't playful. It was defensive, intense, and personal. When Ryan responded to the question, why Mario Barrios? And immediately answered, why not? He has the WBC title. That wasn't just simple matchmaking logic. It was frustration coming out in real time. It sounded like a man tired of hearing that he hasn't reached true world champion status. It wasn't about the opponent alone.
Hilarious to me, I know all Joe's techniques. He don't teach but putting your hands up. So I'm about to put a beating on these guys bad, to the point where I'm probably going to retire both of them, Joe and Mario Barrios. They're probably never going to work a boxing fight after that. And I told him already on the other show I was on, yo, when I knock him out, this is a bet. You could never wear that Canadian tuxedo again. I'm tired of seeing that. It's retired. I got something for him, so.
It was about proving something bigger. The Not a World Champion label has followed him everywhere. And you can hear that irritation underneath his confidence. Then he pushes further, saying he wants to make a statement at 147 and handle Barrios in a way nobody else has. That's a bold claim, especially against a fighter known for toughness and durability. Barrios isn't someone who mentally checks out when things get hard. What stood out even more was, brushing aside the fact that Joe Goossen is training Barrios. He basically said he understands Joe's style and has seen those techniques before, even calling it a bad move. That sounds like relaxed confidence on the surface.
Is going to show up.
Yeah, I know which one's version is going to show up this fight. At the end of the day, that Rolly camp was just a hard one to get by, I was doing a lot of stupid shit, not treating my body like a temple before that. Obviously I had a year layoff. But it's okay, it's behind us. I'm ready to I've positioned my body to be in top form. I feel in top form, top shape. And that's what he's gonna get, the best version of me.
What's different about this camp?
Man, we just started early, man. We started way out, didn't wait for somebody to get.
But it's really psychological pressure. At the same time, if you know a system well, that system also understands you. That situation can work both ways. Then Ryan mentioned his hand being fully healed and talked about being mentally stronger after going through a dark period. The mood shifted right there. It stopped sounding like bold talk and started sounding like someone chasing redemption. This fight clearly means more than just adding another win. It feels like he wants to change how people see him. And when he says he doesn't care about the crowd, the noise, or the criticism, and that he's fully locked in.
He's saying, he's focused. His team is saying that he's the sharpest he's ever looked, all this stuff. And all I can really say is, I hope so, man. I can only hope, I step in there on fight night and I get the best version of Ryan. Because that's gonna bring the best version out of me. And then, that's only gonna benefit, the sport of boxing. I'm looking, to have a sensational performance. I want to have a very, I want to make a statement, with this fight. I haven't had, the.
It sounds serious. That calm focus could be the mindset before a huge performance, or it could be a man trying to reassure himself. Either way, that interview felt deeply personal, not promotional. Then Mario Barrios enters the conversation with completely different energy. He sounds calm, steady, like someone who already expects chaos and is comfortable walking into it. When Sean Porter asks him who is more dangerous, 46-year-old Manny Pacquiao or Ryan Garcia, Barrios doesn't take the bait. He simply says it. Depends on which Ryan shows up. It's a smart, experienced answer. Even
A lot of questions, that I'm looking, to ask, on fight night. I want to go into the fight. I want to test his heart. I want to test, how bad, he really wants to be in there, because you're right. Me, Devin, even Rollies, we all have very different styles.
Barrios understands there are different versions of Ryan. He also says he hopes he gets the sharpest version. That's competitive confidence. He's not dismissing Ryan. He's preparing for the best possible version. But when Barrios talks about the influencer and streamer image, there's clear skepticism. It's controlled, not emotional. He's basically separating the boxer from the social media personality. When Barrios admits he called Ryan payaso because of the drama and antics, it doesn't sound like hatred. It sounds like frustration with the showmanship. What really stood out was when Barrios said he wants to test Ryan's heart, not his speed, not his power, his heart. That tells you everything about his strategy. He plans to apply pressure constantly. He even meant fights.
And I would tune in to watch a Ryan Garcia fight. But when you have them qualities mixed with someone who's, has true Mexican blood, fights with heart, fights with pride, and fights for his country, and fights for something more than clicks and views. It's hard to
moving forward no matter what happens. That suggests a pressure-heavy game plan. Ryan talks about redemption and proving change. Barrios talks about toughness and identity. One wants to show he's evolved. The other wants to prove he's always been solid. That contrast makes this fight dangerous. Then Conor Benn steps into the conversation with a different angle. When he calls Ryan a loose cannon, it's not an insult. It's analysis. Ben praises Ryan's talent, speed, athleticism, and entertainment value. But he also questions consistency and professionalism. That combination speaks loudly. He's evaluating behavior, not just skills. Ben even says Ryan should win on paper, but then brings up the Rolly fight and distractions outside the ring. His point is clear. Talent alone doesn't guarantee execution. Ability and discipline are separate battles. When Ben talks about Barrios, his tone shifts. He describes him as a fighter with heart, pride, and substance, beyond attention and hype.
Star, an athlete that can work with most of the trainers that have been around you, great trainers, but you just can't work with them. Then you come back to your dad, who hasn't been around training you for a few years already. I think this is just a situation where let's keep it off in the house. Let's do it our way. Let's see what.
He highlights Barrios' experience at welterweight and how he's been tested over time. Meanwhile, Ryan is still proving himself at 147. Ben doesn't pick a clear winner. He explains that it's hard to predict when explosive entertainment meets steady grit. That's not fan emotion. It's strategic thinking. It almost feels like Ben is already imagining a future matchup, weighing star power against ring reliability. Sees Ryan as unpredictable brilliance and Barrios as structured toughness. Then the discussion zooms out and shifts to coaching and structure. Ryan, returning to his father, Henry Garcia, becomes a serious talking point. Is it strategic? Is it risky? Paulie Malignaggi mentions how father-son dynamics can either strengthen a fighter.
Put up rules. They had to say this is allowed, this is not. We're not going to do this. We're not going to do that. And maybe Ryan didn't like it. That's why he's, those are three of the best trainers out there. You can't pick anybody better than that. And you're still not with any of those. That just, tells you that he wants to do his thing on his own. And that's why he's bringing in the dad now. He still has the skills. He still has the power. He still has the speed to connect and
or complicate things. With Ryan, the issue has never been talent. It's been focus and discipline. Chris Algery points out Ryan's big personality, and that's not random commentary. It raises the real question. Can Henry truly keep him grounded, or is this just a comfortable environment? When they mention Ryan struggling at times to follow strict gym structure, preferring a more relaxed training vibe, it sounds polite, but concerning. Structure matters at this level. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Is this redemption for Ryan Garcia or validation for Mario Barrios? Drop your opinion in the comments. Let's talk about it seriously. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Bloodline Boxing.